Welcome back, guys, to Phoenix Wright Spirit of Justice, where last episode in our continuing investigations here in Turnabout Time Traveler, we checked out the Flying Chapel, investigating its odds and ends, and then meeting Sorin Sprocket here, who I have his profile up to remind me exactly who he is. Ellen's fiancé and the future president of Sprocket Aviation. He is meticulous about his note-taking as he takes notes right now, as we look to get a little bit of information from him. Give me the information. Excuse me, but we'll be representing Ellen in court tomorrow. So, could we ask you about the case? Another message, another plane. We know you can talk. Ow! What the? Not interested. Not interested? How can you say something like that? This is about your fiancée. She's under arrest, you know. The diameter of the airship is approximately 80 feet. The amount of energy necessary to move matter comprised of that amount of mass is... He's off in his own little world. I can't believe he said he was not interested in talking about his own bride's arrest. We'll just have to talk on his level then, with something he might be interested in. Alright, so I've got to present something here that he might be interested in. Well, this was a gift. Could you take a look at this? Is that Ellen's? Ellen told us that she travelled through time during the incident. She said it happened after she made a wish on this pendant. You mean to say you two are Ellen's lawyers? Yes, I just told you that a minute ago. Sorry, I was lost in thought. He wasn't even listening. Oh boy. He's not at all what I expected, based on Ellen's gushing testimonial anyway. Right, so now, loosen your lips, or we'll sink that shit behind you. I'd like to ask you about Ellen's case, if you don't mind. I don't know a thing about it, so why don't you go ask the police? In other words, not interested. This guy's the worst. Now I feel sorry for poor Ellen. In that case, can I ask you about how Ellen travelled through time? Go on. Guess that got your attention. So, is time travel really even possible? Anything's possible in this world. Yes, it is possible. Alrighty then. At the same time, it is also impossible. The pendant I gave Ellen is not supposed to operate as a time machine by itself. What do you mean? The timekeeper, that clock we had displayed in the reception hall. That is the body of the time machine. The pendant is simply a part. That clock was the murder weapon, wasn't it? But it's a time machine too. What Ellen experienced is akin to travelling down a road by car key. Physically and metaphysically, it should be impossible. Unless, maybe the quantum system inside the pendant somehow accidentally interfered with the natural flow of the fourth dimension. We're losing him again. Maybe we'd better ask him some more about the time machine. Right, the time machine. Tell us about your clock. Your dirigible clock, isn't it? So you've been researching time travel, have you? Moving through the space-time continuum would be man's ultimate means of travel. Time travel is a mode of transportation. Since the dawn of time, man has developed multifarious methods of transportation. Horses, steam engines, gas engines, airplanes, spaceships. But they're all fundamentally similar in that they constitute three-dimensional movement. Travel through the space-time continuum would shift mankind into a new paradigm. I don't why, Nick. You don't know why, Nick. I'm getting awfully sleepy all of a sudden. I don't why. For generations, Sprocket Aviation has advanced the development of transportation. Therefore, it's only natural that I would research time travel as man's next great leap. Oh, is he done? So what exactly does all that stuff he was saying mean, Nick? Well, basically, it's like taking a hamburger joint and adding a drive-thru to it. I guess. Oh, I get it! It's the same burger, but with a quicker and more efficient delivery system. So what Sorin really wants to do is launch humanity into the future. But launch, not lunch. But do you really believe that time travel is possible? It only becomes truly impossible when man stops daring to believe. Besides, time travelers do exist, you know. But you wouldn't understand. Did you hear that, Nick? Time travelers really do exist. All I know is Sorin isn't the easiest guy to wrap your head around. Oh, I don't know. I kind of like the way he talks. He's full of hope for the future. He's more passionate than I thought too, when it comes to inventions anyway. Yeah, his apparent lack of concern for Ellen is troubling though. So I hear that the rest of the Sprocket family was opposed to your marriage? What are your thoughts on that? Master Sorin. It's kind of a weird mix of Sephiroth and Cloud. It is time for the meeting on next term's project. What is this? Daydreaming about your inventions again? I'm just looking at your fancy shoulder pad. You're the future president. You must consider the business side too. Okay then. It is I found Sorin. Send the car over at once. I'm not interested. Oh, Master Sorin, you do give me quite the headache at times. In any case, your attendant is waiting. Please go to him now. Excuse me, but who are you? Oh, where are my manners? My name is Pierce Nichody. Please call me Pierce. I am the Sprocket family butler. Nick, a butler? Surely he's ready for combat. I didn't know they actually still existed. I thought they were just on TV and stuff. And who might you be if you don't mind my asking? Oh, I'm Phoenix Wright, Ellen Wyatt's lawyer. And I'm his assistant, Maya Fay. Maya Fay? I'm a spirit medium. Oh, so did you. I am most grateful to you for taking on Miss Ellen's defense. You have my sincerest thanks. Don't mention it. So, hey, speaking of the case... Oh, one moment, please. Wow, what a beautiful pocket watch. Oh, this. It's just a bit of a good luck charm. Well, that's one expensive good luck charm. But I guess it makes sense. Knowing the time is pretty important in this line of work. So I guess that pocket watch is as important to him as my attorney's badge is to me. There's a little time before I must attend to Master Sorin again. Why not come to Sprocket Manor? Huh? You mean to Sorin's home? As a token of appreciation for taking on Miss Ellen's defense, I would like to serve you some delicious tea and refreshments. Oh boy, Nick! A fancy high society tea party with high class snacks and everything. And what about the investigation? Are you kidding? What better place to investigate next than Sorin's house? I don't know. Do you really think his house is going to give us any new leads? Of course it will. I say we take the butler up on his kind offer and go to Sorin's place. Alright, you win. Very good. To Sprocket Manor then. Right, well, nothing to examine. Only for us to move. Am I going in a fancy car? To the foyer! Very slowly. You see, we're upper class, so we have to dress all old-timey, I'll have you know. Wow, this place does not disappoint. Oh, I'm so excited. Whoa, slow down, Maya. The mansion isn't going anywhere. Now then, we won't have to worry about anyone untoward eavesdropping here. I take it you wanted to ask me some questions. Huh? That's why you invite us here. I'm sorry to have tricked you like this. But this is a murder, after all. I couldn't talk openly about it in public and risk sullying the Sprocket family's reputation. Ah, and I was really looking forward to all those fancy snacks too. There, Maya. Don't cry. We'll get you a hamburger later. This Pierce guy's one shrewd man. Hey Nick, look at that cute vintage radio. Radio? Oh, that thing over there under the stuffed bull's head? I'm gonna take a closer look. I thought I told you to settle down. I'm sorry. Not to worry. Wow, that little mech fixed it right up. I'm not only the butler, but I'm also Sprocket Aviation's repair department director. One might say that patching things up is my speciality. That was incredible. What is that little doohickey on your shoulder anyway? It's my fixer-upper shoulder mech. Good one. Master Sorin made it for me. It has too many features and functions to effectively enumerate at the moment, though. That's so cool. I wish I had one of those. Fixing things is a simple matter, but fixing people is a different matter. Even a skilled physician can't bring back the dead. Oh, but forgive me. I seem to have gotten sidetracked. He must be in shock over Mr. Gloomsbury's death. Still, I do need to ask him some questions about the case. I should take a look around and see what I can find out while I'm here too. So, examining as well as talking by the look of things? Should we begin with the talking this time? About the incident Miss Ellen was arrested for. Do you think she did it? Well, I can't prove it yet, but no, I don't think she could have done it. I guess you could call it a gut feeling. I see. I guess we have different opinions then. Do we now? The prosecution says that when Gloomsbury attacked Miss Ellen, she fought back and ended up killing him. I agree with this perspective. Or rather, that is the consensus of the entire Sprocket family. Even so, I heard an interesting story from Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth. I heard that the Sprocket family had tried to pressure the prosecutor's office into burying this case. I fear you are mistaken. All we sought was merely a legal consultation. Besides, none of it matters now, as she is no longer a part of this family. Fortunately for us, they had yet to get their marriage license before holding the banquet. So basically, once they realized they couldn't sway the prosecution, they cut her loose. I realize how callous I must sound, but my duty is to protect the Sprocket family and, more specifically, Sprocket Aviation's future and Master Sorin, whose genius is essential to the company. I will do anything to achieve that goal. That is my job as the Sprocket family butler. You know, I think Pierce and Mr. Edgeworth would get along really well, don't you think? Yeah, I could easily picture Edgeworth with a butler. Oh, and by the way, I suppose I should tell you about this as well. It's about when the members of the extended family and I discovered the crime. Okay, tell me about it, but first of all, seems time travel's next on our menu. On menu of talking. Where's our fancy treats? Did Ellen say anything to you about travelling through time? God, you need to keep cleaning that thing. She must have been delirious. There is no need to take such a claim seriously. Sorin himself said that time travel was possible, though. Master Sorin said that. It sounds like he is still stuck in the past. He's psychologically stuck, I take it. Excuse me. What is it? I see. I believe I told you the madam will be having milk tea. Still, have lemon slices at the ready just in case. We must not disappoint her, understand? Avoid Earl Grey, yeah? You sure are busy. All the day's work. Still, we really do need Master Sorin to start focusing on the business side of things soon. Could you tell us about that thing you mentioned about Sorin's past? there is something in Master Sorin's past that he wishes he could change. Please forgive me, this isn't something I should be sharing with strangers. Now I really want to know what Sorin's still hung up on. Discovering the crime. It was some time after the reception. Some of the Master's relatives and I went to clean up the reception hall. And that is when we saw it. A woman standing in front of the victim with a bloody murder weapon in her hand. It was none other than Miss Ellen. But Pierce, it wasn't what it looked like. That's right, she just happened to find the body. I do not know what Miss Ellen has told you, but what we witnessed was unmistakably the moment immediately after the deed had been committed. And that is what I told the police who came in response to my call. I see. So Pierce was the one who reported to the police, huh? Okay, time to examine then, or time to present something? There must be more dialogue, but what was obvious, or what was interesting, was this on the floor. Excuse me, but there's a card here on the floor. Well, look at that. It's a Flying Chapel key card. The Flying Chapel. What areas on the Flying Chapel require a key card, if I may ask? What's the areas we want to keep the public out of? Such as the staff room and the hold, which is chock full of machinery. So you can't enter those areas without a key card. That's right. This one here belongs to Ellen. Wait, what's Ellen's key card doing here? Did Ellen come back here after the incident occurred? I don't believe so, and she was arrested by the police straight away this morning. Although, there was a strange man with a gaudy jacket in here earlier. Was that man wearing a beret by any chance? Yes, he was, as a matter of fact. He was also wearing sunglasses and a fake moustache. I knew it. The only question is, what was he doing here? Alright, we're not taking that as evidence then. Oh, are those pictures of the wedding reception? Yes, I took them with my trusty camera here. Do you mind if we have a look at that photo? Be my guest. Take as long of a look as you'd like. I think it's the bride moment. Well, what do you think of this gorgeous dreamscape? A thick fog billows across the room, making it look as if the couple were walking on clouds. Wow, look at how beautiful Ellen is here. She looks a little nervous, though. She does, doesn't she? Hey, look, there's Pierce. Really? Where? Right there, behind the sweetheart table. Hey, you're right. I bet he was there attending to the happy couple the whole dinner. So, what do you think, Nick? Does anything in this photo stick out at you? No, not at the moment, anyway. I guess the fact that there was not a peg-a-moo, a peg-a-cow, it was a bull on that side still. A photo reception added to the court record. Hey, Nick, if Ellen really did travel back in time, do you think this photo is of the second reception? You know, after the time jump? I wonder. Excuse me, sir? Yes, can I help you? Ellen told us she travelled back in time. Would you happen to know anything about that? Oh, no, I haven't the foggiest idea what you're talking about. You climbed up faster than a clam. You have no idea, do you, sir? Hey, Nick! Now here's a real lady. She looks smart as a whip, doesn't she? I wonder who she is. We didn't see her on the airship. That is Sorin Sprocket, Sorin's elder sister. Beautiful and capable, she was a great lady. Sorin's sister. I think I see the resemblance. Maybe I'll show Pierce this photo later and ask him about her. Okay, now we know what we're doing. Sorin Sprocket photo has been added to the court record. Right, we got another bit of propellery up here. Nick! Look at that airplane propeller up there going round and round. I see they've got an aviation theme going on. Makes sense for an airline family. I wonder if it doubles as a fan. Oh, what if the rest of the plane were on the other side of that wall? And the wall would open up so the plane could take off in an emergency. How cool would that be? If that's what's behind the propeller wall, then what's behind the bull wall across the way? Oh, I know. Maybe it's the rest of him. That must be where the Sprockets get their milk. Nick, first of all, that's a beef cow, and second, the bulls don't make milk. Oh, right. That's what I get for trying to play along. It's a beef cow. Okay. You know the difference? I don't know why. Nothing to do with this lady. There's the flowers here. Oh, it's the bridal bouquet. Hey, Nick, how about I throw it? And you try to catch it. Why me? Just because. I bet you'd look hilarious flying around trying to grab it. But doesn't tradition dictate it's the ladies that go after the bouquet? Who cares? Just catch it. Here. Ow! Hey, you threw that right in my face! Oh, you don't want to catch that bouquet? Trust me. Why not? They say it's bad luck to catch the bouquet of a marriage that doesn't last. But I already caught it. Whoops! Too late now, huh, Nick? Well, thank you for that, Maya. Don't you dare touch that radio again. It looks like an expensive antique. What are you worried about? If it breaks again, Pierce will just fix it up again. I really hope he's nice enough to waive the repair bill. So we just broke it just to see that thingamajig on his shoulder, the fixer-upper. A bull. Come to think of it, there was a bull logo on the side of this flying chapel too. The president of the company must have a thing for cattle. The bull is the lady of Sprocket Aviation. The bull is the lady of Sprocket Aviation. I randomly went up to her name, which is lady. The bull is a symbol of Sprocket Aviation. To be as strong and steady as a bull. That's the company creed, you know. Probably for all the backbreaking labor they put their employees through. By the way, that bull logo on the flying chapel, the one with the rainbow wings, his name is Rainy the Rainbow. Get it? I get it. He's a rainbow-colored bull, so he's a rainbow, right? What a memorable name, huh, Nick? Yeah, for the lameness of the pun. Right, have we examined everything in this room then? Well, look of it, we must have. Well, we're not getting the we've done everything we can in this room kind of thing right now. So, let's present our newest piece in the court record to you. Pierce, the woman in this photo is Sorin's older sister, Selena, right? I don't think we've met her yet. Yes, about that. He seems hesitant all of a sudden. If you wouldn't mind, could you tell us about her? Alright, very well. She's a big part of Master Sorin's past, after all. Sorin's past? Okay. Master Sorin will become the next president of Sprocket Aviation. However, that wasn't always so. Miss Selena Sprocket, Master Sorin's elder sister, was next in line. So why hasn't she become the next president? Put two and two together. Because she died. In a car accident. What? I had no idea. Actually, Master Sorin was also in the car with her at the time of the accident. Losing the sister he loved right before his eyes devastated him. Ever since then, he has buried himself in his research on time machines. He also became a quiet and meticulous, almost compulsive note-taker around then. He seems so stiff and robotic. I had no idea he was carrying all that around inside him. Master Sorin has abandoned the company business and spends all his time on inventions. As the family butler, I am truly concerned. I believe it is high time he let go of the past. Hey Nick, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? Larry? Oh man, that should give me a heck of a hard time. Larry, what are you doing here? I can't remember my new character, Q Piglet. I was hoping Sprocket Aviation would do some kind of tie-in with me for it. Wow, I didn't know Larry was such an aggressive businessman. You can learn a thing or two from him, Nick. Why don't you promote your agency to them? Now's not exactly the time for that, in case you haven't noticed. See, and this is why you'll never be rich. Actually, Larry, I've been meaning to ask you something. You were there on the Flying Chapel yesterday, right? Was I? What were you doing there? Nothing. Whatever it was, I bet it wasn't anything to be proud of. But never mind that. Did you see anything that had to do with the case? Scratch that. Let's start with, you weren't involved in this case, were you? Larry? Hey, he took off! I just knew it. When something smells, it's usually the butts. Come on, Maya. After him. Oh, are you leaving so soon? We, have to run. Thank you for making time for us. I know you have to investigate, but please try to spare the family's feelings as you do. Yes, of course. Well, off we go. To chase the fleeing man. Do you think he's gone back to the mooring dock? When it smells, it's usually the butts. Let's use our nose to sniff their butts. Or not, actually. There he is. Hey, Larry! Hey there, friend. Fancy meeting you here. There's nothing fancy about it. All we did was follow you. So tell me, Larry, why did you run away like that? Huh? Me? I don't know what you're talking about. A bolt of inspiration from my new picture book hit me and I had to run is all. It was like a cupiphany, you dig? Right. He's just going to keep on playing dumb, isn't he, Nick? Time to talk to Butsy. What did you see on the airship? Come on, Larry. I know you were on the airship, so what did you see? I didn't see anything! I didn't see anything because I was never on that stupid airship! Here we go. Cyclops! You say something? The spiritual power of this Magatama allows me to see these mystical locks that appear when someone is trying to hide something from me. They're called Cyclops, and when I see them, I simply touch the Magatama X to try my hand to break in them. If I can unlock them, I'm sure to finally get a straight answer out of him. Also, Larry, shouldn't you know you can't lie to me by now?
Take that!
2 locks. What are we doing? What is Larry hiding? This is no time for games, Larry. I will find out what you're hiding. I'm telling you, Nick, you've got it all wrong. I've got nothing to do with this case whatsoever. Oh, come on, Larry. Even a baby can see through such a blatant and obvious lie. Nothing whatsoever. If you weren't involved, Larry, then you wouldn't have been involved with this person. What, you've been literally dragging her around everywhere?
Take that!
You're the one who brought Ellen to my office in the first place, you moron. And all those cops. Nothing to do with the case whatsoever. Isn't going to cut it this time, Larry. If you have to lie, at least do a better job of it. Don't diss me, Nick. If you're so convinced I'm lying, then let me ask you this. What makes you think I was on that stupid old airship anyway? Let me see some proof, if you got any. Doubling down, are you? Fine. You want proof, Larry? Here's proof that you were on the airship. What are we looking at here? A left behind business card wallet, by any chance?
Take that!
Uh-oh. This is your business card wallet, isn't it, Larry? I found it in the reception hall. Time to come clean, Larry Butts. What exactly are you hiding? Whoa! Alright, fine, you got me. I'll tell you everything. You better. That Butts, it always smells of untruths. Larry, what were you doing on that airship anyway? Well, I went there to deliver the welcome to our wedding sign they ordered for me. Huh, I didn't know you took on real jobs like that too. Well, for your information, my wedding welcome signs are very popular on the net. And that's how you met Ellen. Uh-huh. I mean, I'd seen her in the photo for the welcome sign, but seeing her in person, the way she smiled at me and said thank you, I felt like I'd been hit by lightning. And that's when you fell in love with somebody else's bride, huh? So, were you invited to the reception? Can you believe they told me only family and relatives could attend? They wouldn't even let me into the reception hall. Smart move on their part, I'd say. I got upset and started wandering around the airship. That must be when I dropped my business card wallet. So somebody else must have found it and brought it to the reception hall then. But you know what? I saw something incredible while I was on that flying chapel. What did you see, Larry? We all want to know. So let's find out next time on Phoenix Wright, Spirit of Justice, as we find out if time travel really is real. In the future or in the past, we'll never know where we are right now. Don't know why I'm speaking like this. Bye-bye.